Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to episode 2 of the Beach Village series. So still don't have a name for this village. If you guys are interested, you can definitely drop some names down below. I would love to hear what you guys, what all names you guys have saved up for it and kind of picked out and whatnot. Anyways, I wanted to kind of take a different approach on this one. So I know it's been a long time since I had another video out. It's a bunch of real life stuff that's gotten in the way. However, episode 2 is out, and I just keep falling more and more in love with this village here. So I built episode 2, and since then I have actually ported it onto our server. So the server that Wellboro is on, this one is actually on the same exact server. A good ways further south though. This one would be actually like directly to the east of Dawnfell. It's a completely different map. I was thinking about porting over Dawnfell, but I don't want to take up that much space on the server. So we'll just kind of keep that one sort of over on the single player world. But if these were in the same world, which they are in my single player world, I try to port all of them over, or at least keep everything in my single player world. However, I did port this one over, like I said, so a few of the blocks have changed. There's some mods that I have in my single player world that aren't on the server, and I'd like to keep it that way. Anyways, so that first house there, I kind of had it a little bit different there with the regular house, and then had a 45-degree angle bit come off. And I ran into a bit of a situation of how to build these houses. I didn't want them to all be about the same size and all the same shape and same materials and whatnot, which is kind of hard to do whenever you're building a really cheap sort of section of town. However, I think it's coming together pretty well. So over here is this probably the smallest house in the beach village. Is just a single person kind of lives here. Maybe don't have any family, or maybe it's a she or whatever, and they just don't have any family, so they live here by themselves, or maybe one other person, or maybe them in a child or something. Anyways, that is completely up to you guys to decide. So I am pretty excited about getting back into the beach village here. I had a couple comments on episode 1, so hopefully you guys find this one just as just as interesting. So at the end of this video, again, at the end of the time lapse, we're going to pop into a walkthrough of all the little details and stuff that I have added in. And yeah, it definitely looks a lot better with all the details added in. So as you can see, most of the structures here that we have built have diagonal bits, or they're at least twisted, not perfect 90-degree or 45-degree buildings. So this one here, I forget the degree that it's actually at, but it's like 3 blocks, then 3 blocks. So like you go over 3 blocks and you step down 1, then 3 blocks and step down 1. And it actually makes a pretty unique shape. The roof is extremely difficult to kind of grab onto. So I just went ahead and did it with stairs, so it wasn't as drastic of a drop off there. And it really sort of smoothed it out. So hopefully that's a tip and trick that I can carry on over into my other builds. But for right now, I'm learning a bunch of stuff here just from this little beach village. I haven't actually worked on the beach village since I've recorded this episode, so yeah, I mean, there's still a lot more work to do. I want a lot of stuff to go on here, and then even some more stuff up on the hillside behind it. But I mean, for right now, yeah, I mean, this is pretty well the direction that I wanted to go with it. So like I said, this thing gets extremely different, extremely more crowded and cozy as I put the details in, just like I did there in the first video. And yeah, I think it looks a lot better with these different kind of buildings and different build styles and materials and stuff like that. So hopefully you guys do too. If you do, make sure to drop me a comment down below telling me what you think about it looking the way that it does. If you like it like this, or if you think we should go pretty simple and just go back to the 90-degree and 45-degree angle houses. Either way you guys want it, I'll probably take it into, well, I will take it into consideration. I'll probably do and build however you guys are interested in seeing it, but for right now, this is the style that we're going on. So this building here is actually pretty reminiscent of the other one, so in that regards, being that it has a garden and stuff off to the side. And it's a pretty simple build. However, this guy doesn't have a stall where he sells his fruits and veggies off to the side. Anyways, guys, I'm going to go ahead and let this one finish out, and I will see you guys in the first person view. Alright guys, so we are here in the first person, and I started over here because I wanted to show you guys. I went ahead and added in this little retaining wall right here, or a border wall, whatever you want to call it. It doesn't really retain anything, it's only one block, so it's whatever you guys want to call it. And I just went ahead and put like the path kind of sloping down real slow here to the beach. There's gonna be like little huts and stuff out here on the beach for the clam diggers and whatnot. But yeah, I thought it'd just be a really neat little tidbit to add in. So if I'm not mistaken, in between I actually went ahead and added in this this tree right there. I might have done that at the end of the first episode. It's been an extremely long time, but I'm pretty sure that this tree was added in there after the episodes. So this was the first house that we did with the kind of 45-degree angle bit. So we're just going to go in here, and I'm only going to go in one of these houses for now, just to show you what's what. But in this house, of course, it's really small and kind of quaint in here. So there's just a little kitchen right here, there's some wood, sausages, you know, veggies up here. There's some cupboards, a table. Back here is like some bookshelves and stuff. And if you actually go into this little room right here, it takes you into the bedroom essentially. So there's like a banner up there. There's a banner there for the whatever you want to call it. I guess the guard or the army around here, whatever. So then there's a bed and there's another bed. Just pretty simple little square room over there. If you come over here, this could actually be room for another house. But what we did is we just went ahead and put storage over here. So there's a bed right here for, you know, just an extra bed. There's some wood for the furnace in there. There's a jug of milk. There's a bunch of shelves with stuff on it, stools, jams. There's more food and stuff over here. There's another sort of a stove right here if they wanted to cook over here. And then, of course, a small little wardrobe. So it's just sort of an add-on I thought would be pretty cool. I'd have it on there, so they don't have very much room in here. They went ahead and built that on. Yeah. So of course I went ahead and put a retaining wall right here. I went and added in a bunch of junk right here, again, just to make it look all cluttered up. In this house, again, with your plain little stuff, so there's cupboards, broom, papers, you know, your stove, some food and stuff hanging about, papers. Yeah, so some more wood, more cupboards. If we walk back here, it just leads you in here to the small little bedroom. So there's just two beds back here, not much else. So, yeah, I guess I'll go ahead and show the rest of the houses. Back through there is a retaining wall that I added on. Of course, just the garden and stuff back there. If you come up here, the door was actually right here in the time-lapse. I actually went ahead and moved that around to the side and just filled up some junk right here. There's actually going to be a pathway. Sorry about that. My phone went off. There's actually a pathway right here that takes you, or will be there, that takes you on back. But I went ahead and moved the door over to this side because it made more sense. Because all this dirt and stuff was here, and I was thinking if there was only one door over here, there wouldn't be all this kind of torn up ground and stuff. So we went ahead and just sort of added in some junk. So there's some rope and barrels and buckets, more stuff over here, cauldrons and baskets. Somebody maybe just has like some clothes or something stretched out here, or some animal hide maybe they bought or they went and killed and then they brought back and cleaning it. So here's just a simple little hut basically. So there's just some wood. The main goal for these houses are just to make it look real quaint and small and whatnot. So these people actually have some bunk beds in here. There's some wine maybe or some other stuff, whatever you want to call that, that's in here, just as kind of some storage. So there's some more beds. So this actually sleeps 4 people. Then of course, you know, like I said, it's just a real quaint little house and stuff. So there's a table with 1 chair, kitchen area, and what have you. So over here is the smallest one, and it is packed. So there's a table with some bread, you know, there's a rabbit hanging above it. Out here's the kitchen, you know, and there's a bed actually right here in the kitchen. So it's actually so small, and they couldn't really afford anything, that they actually had to put the bed in the kitchen. So they literally sleep here, you know, just from the, well, basically just in the middle of all the space that they could afford. And they just kind of made the most out of it. So down here, if we sort of run around, this is one of my favorite parts of this entire build, is where you run around and you have a retaining wall right here, and then this is actually going to snake around. There's going to be some houses and stuff in here. We're probably going to do that in part 3 and 4, so we're going to fill in this area back here. But then the pathway actually comes all the way back around and then meets right into the main pathway there. So hopefully you guys enjoy that. Hopefully you guys think it's still turning out, still going in the right direction. Again, I'd definitely be interested to see what you guys have to say about the beach village. And again, make sure you drop some names for the beach village down below. I'd love to see what you guys come up with. So anyways, guys, I will see you later and catch you on the next one.
Don't wake me up, not in this